welcome back to T-Boys TV. If you are a regular, obviously, if you are new, welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with another Premier League review. Obviously, we're going to try and do these separate, like I keep saying. And I was thinking to myself, why do I even name the episodes? I don't even need to do that anymore. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what's going on there. But yeah, obviously we're going to be doing a review to all of the games. So yeah, let's get straight into it. But I'm going to read this comment. Big up Chris. He says, "Evening, mate. Hope you're well. I'm decent, thanks, mate. Hope you're well." But yeah, let's get into the games. So first game was obviously the Merseyside derby. Ended 0-0. Like I said, going into it, I was not confident that Liverpool were going to get a win. Obviously, I did say a 1-1 draw. And to be fair, I don't actually think Liverpool's performance was too bad, considering, how bad performances have been this season. I don't think this game was too bad from Liverpool. I just feel Pickford was very good, to be honest with you. And it was one of them, really. I thought Núñez was very unlucky. That was a great save by Pickford. And he was keeping. It was a really, really good performance from Pickford. Like I said, he kept out Firmino a couple of times as well. Firmino looked good when he come on. It was one of them. The offside goal. It looks like they're doing it through the arm, but even I still feel he's offside, even by his foot. If I'm being honest. So yeah, and typical that it was Connor Cody. Obviously, it didn't stand. But like I said, I don't actually think Liverpool were too bad in this game. I just think Pickford was really good, to be quite honest here. But like I said, I just had that feeling that Liverpool were not going to win the game, so I wasn't disappointed in that sense. And if you look back on the watch-along towards the end of the game there, I was not disappointed either. Obviously it is a better result for Everton, and Liverpool obviously not so much, but I've said Liverpool are not going to win the league. I said that at the start of the season. I still believe Liverpool will get second. Like I keep saying every week, the only team I can see finishing above Liverpool, obviously, other than Man City, is Tottenham if they go on a mad run. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. I'm not going to go through it too much because I did do a little player ratings after the game as well. Obviously, I did give Pickford man of the match. And do you know what that performance reminded me of? It reminded me of Courtois in the Champions League final. Honestly, like he could save the Titanic, and that's what it was like with Pickford in this game. Honestly, Alisson made some really good saves as well. Kept Liverpool in the game. For me, Alisson's the best keeper one-on-one in the world. I stand by that. But Pickford made some really good saves. Even Salah, he weren't really seen in the game, but he had a few chances at the end. And Pickford, brilliant save at one point onto the post. Like I said, the Núñez shot. The Firmino one, not the header, obviously, that's straight at him. The one before that. So, a lot of chances Liverpool had. But I did expect it to be a draw. It's that stage where I'm not even disappointed now because I know what's going to happen. Man City going to win the league, even though they've been dropping points. I just still think, them having that advantage with getting Haaland as early as they did is going to really help them. And also the fact Liverpool still, haven't played Arthur yet. I do think, he might start in the Champions League game, which obviously I'll do a preview to on Tuesday. But yeah, it might sound mad to say, but I wasn't actually too disappointed that this was a draw. Obviously, it's always good to beat Everton. As long as you don't lose in the derby, it's not the worst in the world. And I just knew what was coming. Do you know what I mean? Like I keep saying, I don't want to keep repeating myself. I already clicked on that. It's better result for Everton. Unfortunately, same problem still there for us, lacking creativity in midfield. Much better in the second half. Both teams had their chances. Exactly. And it does lie on where I think other players should have played and that sort of thing started the game. Some of the substitutions, understand, I just don't know. I think Arthur should have come on personally. To me, it tells me that we're saving him for the Champions League game, and that would make sense as well because obviously he's played in Champions League as well, whereas he hasn't played in the Premier League yet. You might not want to rush it in a game like this, which I understand, but still, I felt he should have come on. definitely. Big up Hanoi says, yo. Everton fans be having a parade with this result. Yeah, of course they are, mate. Salah seems to be dropped off since signing a new contract for me. No, I totally agree. And also, a lot of people are saying it could also be a fact where Mane's left. It could be affecting him, and I really think it is, to be quite honest with you. In that aspect. Big up Ravi, he says, yo, big up. He says, we were good until the subs clock. What were you thinking? Yeah. For me, Arthur should have come on, definitely. And yeah, I wasn't too disappointed. Exactly. And that, that might sound mad to some people, but I knew we weren't going to win the game. Considering it's a derby, people think it's mad as well in that aspect. But like I said, I knew we were not winning that game. I did. He's just a troll. If people are getting rattled by that, then just, I don't know what to think. Chris Werther's original FC and now since 95. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's that. No one cares about irrelevant people like Jake Paul. Pickford was good, but not better than Alisson. Well, I gave Pickford man of the match, so in that aspect, I'd have to disagree. However, I do think Alisson did make better saves because there was that one-on-one one, wasn't there? I counted it as one-on-one because the defenders or whoever was there, I think Salah might have been there. They were never going to get to that. So in that aspect, yes. Overall, I just think Pickford, Liverpool would have been the favourites as well. So I usually, if the team you don't expect obviously gets a result, even though I expect it to be a draw, I'll go with Pickford in that aspect. So, yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. There's not really too much else I want to say. Onana, my man of the match personally, yeah, he had a decent game. Gomez was very good, yeah. Obviously, I was bigging him up during the watch-along as well. I thought he was very good defensively, a lot better. And, that's the Joe Gomez we've signed, as in extended the 5-year deal. That is the sort of Joe Gomez we signed in that aspect. No, that's my name. That's class. I was thinking the same, to be fair, when everyone was talking about him. But yeah, moving on to the next game. A game I got spot on. Tottenham beating Fulham 2-1 in a London derby. And yeah, I sort of expected it. Tottenham are not getting the most convincing wins, but they're still winning games, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Obviously, Højbjerg with the first goal 5 minutes before half time. Good play by him and Richarlison, little 1-2, and a good finish by Højbjerg. He's doing really well this season. I've always rated him, but this season he's even coming in clutch with a lot more goals as well, and a lot more creativity. Even though he has been scoring previous years, I just think this year he's more on it. So yeah, that was obviously that. And then going into the second half, from what I see of the game, Spurs were all over him pretty much the whole game. Spurs had a lot of chances. Leno made some really good saves, I'm not going to lie. I did forget he was the Fulham goalkeeper, to be quite honest here. Obviously, it's fairly new since he's joined, but I did completely forget about him, to be honest. But obviously, Kane got the second goal. It was one of them goals, like most of the goals Harry Kane scored this season, isn't it, really, where he's been in them positions to just, tap him in. And that's literally what this goal was like. And then massive shout out to Mitrovic, keeping up this goal record. Scored a very good goal. That was right into the right side of the goal. Brilliant strike it was. Done really well to keep the ball as well, I felt. And then Spurs obviously scored right at the end again to make it 3-1, but obviously it disallowed Richarlison. I did think it was quite funny, the way he was celebrating. Thought it was proper in and all that, and obviously it didn't count in the end. But if I'm being honest, from what I saw, Spurs definitely deserved to win the game. The amount of chances they had, and yeah, Fulham weren't really. I don't feel they were really at it compared to what they have been. But fair play to Mitrovic, like I said, keeping up the goal record. But other than that, I don't really think they really done too much. If I'm being totally honest, so yeah, that's what I've got to say about that game. So yeah, Spurs being Spursy, but getting big points, can't argue with that exactly. Can't Conte is a winner. He wins games narrowly, but he won't care. Born winner. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there you go with that. Moving on to the next game, a championship encounter last year. Bournemouth actually beat them both times last year. Like I said, going into this, I think they beat them 3-1 at Forest and they beat them 1-0 at Bournemouth. I remember that game, the 1-0. That was a massive game. Obviously, that confirmed Bournemouth's second place and Forest were literally catching up with them. But in this game, obviously, Forest were heavily favourites. Obviously, with Bournemouth still not having a manager, Scott Parker obviously gone. Forest not doing too bad, considering the teams they've played as well. They're at home as well. I thought it would be a close game. Obviously, it was, reflected on the scoreline. But, yeah, obviously, Coyote got the first goal for Nottingham Forest, opened things up in the 33rd minute. And then, obviously, Brennan Johnson on the 45th plus second minute, got a penalty for Nottingham Forest and took it really well. And obviously made it 2-0. And you thought Forest were in a good position there, very good position, considering how poor, Bournemouth have been, in this season. Obviously, they went 2-0 up. Then going into the second half, this is where Bournemouth come back, of course. Billing, what a goal that was. I heard the commentator say no goalkeeper would have saved that, and I totally agree. It's a brilliant strike by him. And I've always thought Billing's a decent player, to be quite honest with you. Very good strike by him. And then literally Solanke scored, shortly after that as well. Dominic Solanke, a bit of the acrobatics, did take a slight deflection, but at the end of the day, I'm counting that as their goal, and obviously that's what they've done on everything else as well. Obviously, they made it 2-2 there, and then obviously, later on, Bournemouth obviously made it 3-2. Anthony with the goal. Now, I don't know what defender it was, but I don't know what the hell he was doing for Nottingham Forest. You're under pressure already. One, because, they've come back, and two, he's right on you. So you decide to turn and put yourself in more danger. And then Anthony gets it, comes on. He literally come on 2 minutes before that as well, by the way. Comes on, one-on-one. He's always going to score that, especially after that stupid mistake by that defender. I don't know who it was, but it's very stupid. And then obviously that's how Bournemouth won the game. Brilliant fight back by them. Like I said, Forest going into this were heavy favourites. And like I said, Bournemouth do actually have a decent record against Nottingham Forest. Like I said, they're beaten both times last year. Was we underestimating Bournemouth in that sense? I know they've, not been too great this season. But then again, look at the teams they've played. Played Man City and Liverpool away already. And then obviously played, a decent Arsenal side this season. Despite obviously what happened today, we'll get into that. And at the end of the day, that's against a Man U side who look like they're starting to gel and click. I'm not going to lie. And plus, Arsenal don't have a great record at Old Trafford, but we'll get into that. And yeah, you've got to remember, Bournemouth don't even have a manager at this current moment in time as well. So credit to them for that comeback, 100%. But let's see some comments. Let's see what you lot have got to say. What a game. It was a very good game. I said 3-0 Forest. Yeah, I said 1-0. I knew it'd be a close game. Obviously, Ravi says close game. I said 1-0, same here. Big up yourself, Taylor. He says, yes, lads. Big up Alex as well. Good to see you in the chat, mate. He says, yes, my bro. Big up yourself. Gary O'Neill to get job permanently. I don't know. You don't want it to be... Obviously, I know they're two completely different clubs, but you don't want it to be an Ollie for Man United where, he starts getting a few good results and then you think, it's going to go well for the future. I would probably go with somebody else. I do think there's other options they can go with. There's a shout on one of the streams the other day, Sean Dyche. Now, I think he would actually go there. I really do, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I think there's better options like that. And I honestly think he would. Let me know if you think he would. But, yeah. Nottingham Forest have signed more players than Jake Paul gets recognition. Oh dear. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that game. Brilliant fight back from Bournemouth, but terrible defending I felt from Nottingham Forest. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Obviously, in the title, we've got controversy at the Bridge, and yeah, this was bull crap. I'm not even going to lie to you. Did say 2-2 as well. It should have been 2-2. For the Forest game, obviously, I said 1-0, like I said. Liverpool, I said 1-1. But this game, like I said, a lot of controversy. But we'll get into the game. So nothing really happened in the first half. Obviously Antonio, that guy coming in clutch, he does love scoring in London derbies, whoever it's against. Obviously scored here. Very poor defending by Chelsea. But Antonio got onto the end of it. And to be fair, ever since the Tottenham game, which was obviously the last game, I think he's been all right. Before that, he was really poor. I'm not going to lie. Especially, obviously, I know it's pre-season, but even against Luton, he was pretty poor. He had that howler of a shot. He just never really was kicking on. A lot of West Ham fans were saying play Skamaka over him. So that's, how it was at the time. But he's doing all right now. Like I said, it wasn't a special goal or anything, but he's just in the right place at the right time. Obviously, put West Ham in a lead. But I do have to admit, Chilwell did make a bit of a difference in this game, for Chelsea. Done very well on the goal, by the way, considering, the way it hit his head, the 180 turn he had to do, or spin, whatever you want to call it, and a good finish it was as well. And then obviously Havertz got the goal to win the game. That was a decent goal as well, to be fair. But obviously, what everyone's going on about is the controversy at the end. The Max Cornet goal. What a strike that was. A lot of goals this weekend. VAR has been very poor this weekend, and a lot of really good goals have been chalked off for reasoning they shouldn't have. Like I've said before, I don't think it's VAR. I think it's the people that control it. I think VAR is actually a good thing. It's just the people that control it just seem like they have no clue. It's going to be interesting in the Champions League this week because I believe they're doing a semi sort of thing where it's going to be similar to like Hawkeye and tennis or something I heard today. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, for me, that goal should have stood. Like Mendy was unscathed, if that's the right word. So I don't understand why it didn't stand. And I have seen a lot of games. Obviously I'm not a West Ham fan or anything, so no one can say, "Oh, you're sounding like a West Ham fan." I've seen a lot of games especially at Stamford Bridge, between Chelsea and West Ham over the years, where West Ham have been screwed over there a lot of times. I'm not going to lie, it does seem a bit weird to me. I'm not even going to lie to you, and they got robbed. They got robbed yet again. Like I said 2-2. It should have been 2. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about that game. West Ham were robbed. Controversy at the Bridge, but West Ham were robbed, in my opinion. Thierry Henry, my tip for Bournemouth job. Yeah, that's not a bad shout as well. You said that the other day. Hanno sent a voice note, so we'll go into what he's got to say about the game. Obviously, a Chelsea fan. Before Woodgate got in. Yeah. These ex-players always get jobs because of their name. Yep. Thank Lord no VAR in EFL leagues. Like I said, I like VAR. It's just the people behind it just don't have a clue. Honestly, Ravi, that's what it felt like this weekend, mate. It was a joke. It was a joke. Video assistant rats. Oh dear. But yeah, let's see what Hanno said about the game. Let's see if he's put his bias hat on or he's generally being honest. He sent 2 different ones. He sent a 1 minute 20 and a 14 seconds. So let's hear what he's got to say.
Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. So for me, West Ham, Mikel Antonio should have gotten a second yellow/red card after he fouled Chelsea. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he shouldn't even be on the pitch for that first goal. But first off, Chelsea was dead. The game was dead. And second off, West Ham started looking good. They started good. They got a goal. Fair enough. Then Chelsea brought on subs. we really miss a DM other than Jorginho, but to I haven't said it publicly, but I've kept notes of it that Corella hasn't been on the best form. Same as Koulibaly is worrying me, especially the concentration.
Cool,
But
Hannah,
on Mendy, for me, it was
loving the background, didn't they?
You can't do that if you can't do that. So yeah, that's for me. You can't do that, but so, yeah. For me, the reason why I say it is it shouldn't have, because like he should have jumped over it. You can't run into him. I know it's an accident, but you can't.
Fair enough. So Hanno thinks it wasn't. Like I said, Mendy come out unscathed. It wasn't intentional. So for me, that goal should have stood. And at the end of the day, I just didn't understand it. He was all good. He was all good. So for me, it should have stood personally. But obviously, we all got different opinions. And yeah, obviously, it's interesting to say Antonio should have been sent off. I didn't see too much of that, so I can't really judge. But yeah, for me, West Ham should have got a draw out of that game, definitely. Big Up Kenny says, yo, VAR is there to help these referees with brains of dead fish and people in war. VAR, I don't know why I said war. What they doing, watching bloody inappropriate instead of helping a referee. Great background noise, trust me. Referees and VAR. Not days. Yeah, exactly, Kenny, mate. I'm on the same train as you in that aspect, 100%. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Big up yourself for that voice note as well, hello, mate. Moving on. Oh, why did it just go forward twice? I don't know. But there we go. This game. Now, it was a mad weekend with goals as well as controversy. Brentford winning 5-2. I thought it'd be a draw. But Brentford winning. I did think if someone was going to win this game, it was going to be Brentford, but nowhere near this sort of score. Who would have expected that? Maybe with Leeds, because how exploited they can leave themselves open, even with this new manager. Hasn't really happened this season, though. But it did happen a lot of times towards the back end of last season as well as when they had Bielsa. But obviously, all I'm going to say about this game is Ivan Toney. For me, I'm putting it out there. I think he's world class. I think he'll be gone from Brentford in the next few years. Definitely, I honestly think he's that good. Obviously, the first goal he got was a penalty. Very, well taken penalty. Definitely a penalty for me. There's a clip. It's obvious that it's a penalty. And then Ivan Toney scoring a free kick. Now, that free kick was just unreal. Keeper had no chance. The way it went around the wall was just phenomenal into that top right corner. And then, obviously, Sinisterra, back-to-back games that he's scored in. A very good finish that was as well. He looks like a decent little player for Leeds. He looks like a decent player they've signed. But I thought defensively, obviously, telling with the 5 goals that they conceded, I just feel it was the Leeds of recent times where they've been so exploited at the back. I felt it was another one of them from them. Obviously, Ivan Toney getting his hat trick. Like I said, for me, I'm putting it out there. I think he's world class. I'm putting it out there just like that. Obviously, Leeds got a consolation goal, you could say, which was obviously then at the time was obviously a 3-2. And then Bueno got the goal. Another player I rate. I don't think he's world class or anything, but I do think he's a good player. I always knew he was going to score that. And then obviously that obviously putting 4-2 up. And then Wissa, that guy who loves coming in clutch, getting late goals, scoring again, and that settled it. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about that game. But yeah, the main thing I'm saying out of this game is I think Ivan Toney is world class. I'm putting it out there. So yeah. Leeds are starting to show signs of relegation form, in my opinion. I agree. I think they're going to go back down to the relegation dogfight. No, I totally agree, mate. I totally agree. Exactly. That after seeing how they defended the other day, I definitely agree. Yeah, their attack's decent, but you know they haven't got Rodrigo at the moment, who's obviously doing all right at the start of the season, and Bamford's very injury prone. You know, Sinistera, I don't even know what position he is, but he is looking good. But you know, it doesn't really matter when they're defending like that, does it? Should Tony be in England World Cup squad? I think he has to be. Who else can you pick as backup striker for Kane? He's a really good shout, in my opinion. I know I'm not the only one that's come out and said I feel he's world class. I know a few Brentford fans have said that. But even if you want to say, well, they're obviously going to try and big up their player like that when, you know, he's doing that good. But I've seen even opposition fans say that. So, you know, I think he should really be up there because let's deep it. Who really is there? Watkins, he was good yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I don't count Calvert-Lewin. Like, I think he's good as an aerial player, but other than that, I don't really think he brings too much else. And he's very injury prone as well. Yeah, I think Ivan Toney's got to be up there. Definitely, I would go Ivan Toney over Ollie Watkins. Definitely. So. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. I can't really think of anyone. Who's the usual backup? Like, I don't even know. Who is it? Vardy's retired. I think Ings is retired, isn't he? I don't even know. Big up Lewis. He says, "Can come on if you want, mate." I'll probably just do it by myself. I would have asked you if you watched the Villa game. You might have seen highlights, but obviously I know you was at Newcastle. But if you did watch a bit, mate, you know, you can come on and have your say about that. That's not a problem. Thiago back in training for us, Tyler. Is he? Nice. That's good. That is good. Villa got robbed too. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, a lot of controversy this year. This season. Well, there has been already, but this game week, I meant to say. Tony World Cup. For me, I'm trying to deep right now. I'm probably forgetting a really decent backup. But right now, I can't really think of anyone else. There was a couple, like my cousin, obviously Brentford fan, who'd been on channel a few times. He was saying Ivan Toney for the last load of Nation League games. And I was thinking, I feel that's a little bit too early. But now, I would definitely consider it 100%. Taylor reckons they're staying up. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Yeah, I did watch the game. Yeah, okay, mate. I'll send the link to you. I think that game is coming up. Not the next one. I think it's the one after that on this PowerPoint that I've done. But yeah, let me send a link to you then. So obviously, as you can see, people, Lewis will be coming on, and I've just pressed share screen. I didn't even mean to do that. I meant to press the invite link. So bear with me while I do that. Chris thinks, what did I see that comment say? Tony is certainly a good striker. I wouldn't say world class, but he's class. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. It's fair enough, of course. Sky Go came in full class. Oh, okay. You watched it on the way back then. All right, fair enough, mate. Tony's goals were unreal. Yeah, big up yourself, James. I'm like you, mate. I honestly think he's world class. And, you know, like I said, a lot of people saying, you know, only Brentford fans are saying that. No, I've seen other fans. I've seen Arsenal fans say it. You know, some of you might go, oh, but they're deluded. No, trust me, the one that said it, he actually keeps it real. And I agree with the majority of stuff he says, to be honest. But yeah, Lewis, I'm trying to find you now on my thing to send you the link. You can come on and talk about the games before. Well, before your game. Don't worry about the other ones unless you want to say anything about them. But yeah, I'll get the link sent to you now. All right, it should have sent. Now, there you go. Found a Bristol fan. Might get him on the Championship. Cool. Who is it? I might know who it is. I know one Bristol City fan. Big up James. No, absolutely. Big up James. Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't one of them, was I? A lot of people were, but I just think they've got a good enough squad. Even with Ericsson going, I still feel, they've made some good replacements. Even their backup goalkeeper, obviously James, shout out James, he's telling me, he turned down United to play for Brentford. Now, I know you're not going to be the main starter at United with De Gea, but even at Brentford, with Raya, you're not going to be the starter, are you? So, yeah, and I didn't really rate Raya, but he has done really well, I thought, since he's been in the Premier League. The reason I didn't rate him is because that game against Fulham when Brentford didn't go up the year they didn't, I just thought his positioning on that goal was terrible, absolutely terrible. But as of yet in the Premier League, I think he's done all right. And, performances that stand out like that is definitely like the Liverpool game last season, them sort of games there. So that's what I will say about that. But yeah, let's move on to the next game. Which a lot of people in the chat, I remember at the time, said 1-0 to Wolves. They thought this is where Wolves would get their first win. And obviously it was against Southampton. I did go over 2-0 Southampton. I did think, they would win this game. I just thought it'd be another game for Wolves where their creative spark isn't quite working out at Molineux. Like I said, their home record's pretty poor, especially towards the back end of last season. But they did get a win here, of course. Podence with the goal, bit of a dodgy goal. Not in the fact there was nothing wrong with the goal, it was just the bounce was a bit mad. But obviously it did work out, and that's obviously what happened there. Southampton, they had a few chances, but yeah, it wasn't the greatest of games in my opinion. I did go over 2-0 Southampton. For that, I thought, like I said, I just thought it'd be a game for Wolves. Sorry, I'm just trying to take the phone off, John. Where they wouldn't be able to take their chances again at home. Like I said, we've seen that a few times this season. But credit to Wolves, they end their winless run, and yeah, that's all I've really got to say about this one. Like their last game against Bournemouth, they had a lot of chances, and yeah, it just wasn't so great, to be honest. And yeah, I agree with this. Obviously, where I've put both teams, I have put Wolves fairly down there on my Premier League predictions. The Southampton, I said they'd just survive. So yeah, there you go. Got it spot on. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people in my chat when obviously I was doing predictions, they also said 1-0 to Wolves. So yeah. Tony Mitro all day long. No, I totally agree with that. Even though Mitrovic is doing very well, I just think Tony, since he's come in the Premier League, he's just been good. Whereas Mitrovic, it has took him a while. Tyler always backed the Wolves, mate. Like I said, it wasn't. I'm not too convinced by Wolves, mate. But fair play to him. Wolves weren't great from what I saw, but in a relegation fight, you don't need to be. Grind out as many wins as you can, and this was important. Yeah, exactly. I'm not too sure if I know who that is, but fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Yeah, Chris, every time he predicts Southampton to win, they lose. Every time he predicts them to lose, they win, draw. They probably win or lose. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Aston Villa's after this game. Lewis is not here yet anyway. But yeah, Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. Now, this game was absolutely mental. Ended up being 42 shots each and no goals. A 0-0 draw. I thought Newcastle would win pretty convincingly. 3-1 again. This was another game with controversy. Obviously, the goalkeeper incident, obviously at the end. Where do I stand on it? Yeah, dodgy decisions yet again. It was absolutely crazy. But what I think is even more crazy, even though that is a joke, I just feel 42 shots each and no, you can't take away one. It's absolutely mad, mate. It was honestly mad. Like I said, I went with a convincing Newcastle win, and I feel sorry for Lewis in a way. Obviously, his brother is a Newcastle fan, hence why he went to the game. And talk about him, he's in the thing now. And flip here, no goals out here. No goals out here. Do you know what I mean? But Lewis, I suppose I'll let you in and talk about this game if you want. Considering you were there, you would have seen it a lot more than me. So yeah, I think he froze. I was about to say he was just in the backstage bit, like froze like that. I was like, what's going on here? Surely I'm not going blind or something. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see if he's back. Lewis, you want to come in and talk about this one, considering you saw it more than me? Here we go. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I mean, a few things going on. This is currently no need, but fun.
Oh, good. All the best. That's what I'm going to say about that then.
I mean, she got still on my horse onto her arm, so fun.
Oh, geez. Oh, God. But yeah, Lewis, talk to me about this game. Obviously, you went to it. How did you feel about this game, watching it as a neutral?
How Newcastle never won, I never know. Like, seriously, it's frustrating. I'm not even a Newcastle fan, but, like, obviously, my brother is, but...
Yeah.
Oh, chance after chance after chance. Isaac tried to chip the keeper when I don't know why he did that, but, we move. The goal that was disallowed... I mean, my brother kept on saying it's a foul, blah, blah, blah. We watched the replay. It's quite clear he's been pushed. But the VAR haven't shown the clear angle, which is just classic VAR.
Yeah, exactly.
But, we move. But Newcastle, but in my opinion, Newcastle should have had it wrapped up by then.
Oh, sorry, I think my thing keeps playing up. Can you see me and hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my thing keeps playing up, but no, it's absolutely crazy, mate. Like I said, what's all together, I find that's crazy. No goals as well. That is a madness.
Well, somebody saying there was something like 43 shots between the two sides.
Yeah, I mean, on the actual on thing, it says it's like 23 and 19, which is obviously add up to.
Yes,
I think they're counting. Yeah, they're counting like the own goal or something as well, I think. But that's.
Well, I thought I had to it, but it was going to go down as an own goal if it stood.
Yeah. Lewis looks like he's had a shower, fresh and clean. You look, says Kenny.
I did this morning, and then I went to watch. Let's not go there.
Oh yeah. I was about to say what you're on about, but yeah, I know what you're on about. Of course. It's weird because that many teams don't usually play on a Sunday in the Championship. It's usually like 2 at most.
Yeah, it's only because there was the up there yesterday.
Yeah. That's fair enough. 3-1. Yeah, obviously we'll get into that. Do you know what? It makes sense as well that you're here. But yeah, going into the future, especially if I'm just to bring people on like this, we'll probably obviously do it from the start so you know who's on it and it make more sense. I thought it'd be a draw, to be fair. I just thought with Newcastle being at home, as much as Palace are a good side, I just thought it'd be a Newcastle win, to be quite honest. And obviously, like we said, it probably should have been, to be honest. But
it should have been.
Tony, cheers for that. Thanks for reminding me. Wanted to know about that, didn't I? But yeah, moving on to the next game. Obviously, like I said, done a watch along. Obviously, Lewis watched it on the way back. Lewis, mate, talk to me. A 1-1. A lot of us, were underestimating you lot. Thought you were going to get absolutely pumped. And
I think Penal City.
Before you say what you're going to say, I look at both the games last season. Obviously, I know the defending in the last game of the season was pretty poor. But I thought, other than that, you've had pretty close games with Man City over recent years. I remember
we got smashed 6-0 by them at home.
When was that? It weren't last season.
Last season before.
Oh yeah. Maybe you did, but I look at last season's game as well. And to be fair, I remember you lot losing that 2-1. And I thought you actually deserved something from that game. But talk to me about this game. Obviously, like I said, a lot of people underestimating you lot.
Frustrating. I'll be honest. I mean, they're not chance in the first half. I think it was. Ramsey won it back, winning down, didn't have a shot, tried to take it past Edison, that was in the second half, wasn't it? What was that first half opportunity?
What one was that, sorry?
I think there was one in the first half where I think with Watkins, probably should be scoring.
Oh, yeah. Is that when Young won the ball and then played it to Douglas Luiz and then he through-balled it to Watkins?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah. I thought that was in, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, and then there was that one that flashed just across the face of goal.
Yeah.
And then going in the second half, well, worst possible start, to be honest. It was, but what can you do? I mean, yeah, maybe Young should be. I don't want to be critical because I'll be honest. When I saw Young was coming on for cash, I isolated it. I'm like, what the hell? He's 30. What? He's 36, 37. Why? Is he really going to be able to catch up with the likes of Young and that, Haaland and that, Foden, that sort of thing? But
he actually had a really good game.
He had a good game.
He really did.
And he probably start on Saturday if Cash ain't all right. Because it is obviously hamstring.
Yeah.
Which I doubt he'll play on Saturday, I think he'll play. So, but then, so obviously De Bruyne crossed it in, Haaland does Haaland things.
Yeah. How high he jumped for that was just ridiculous. But we know he can do that, so that's.
And then Haaland went close again. De Bruyne went close. If I was 2-3 yards back, that's going in. And that would be Kearns. And then out of nowhere, we just got that spirit and Ramsey won it back, just sprinted down the left, found Bailey. And I'll be honest, I thought he blazed over.
Oh, what a goal. I said on my stream, I said he will score your goal. Because to be fair, considering what's going on,
he played well. He played very well yesterday.
I think he's been, considering what's been going on at Villa, I think he's actually shone and actually looked all right. I'm not sure if you're the same, but I think he's.
Yeah, but it's like I said to my brother in the car. There is a player in him, and we saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen much of him because he's injured, comes back. It was so stop-start last season. Like against Everton, he scored his only goal in the Premier League before yesterday. About 20 minutes later, he got injured.
Yeah.
It's so stop-start. I think if he can get good stint in games where he can play like that, we have got a decent player. And I think after that, we looked a better team. And if anybody was going to win that game, it would have been us. I'm not even saying that. That's how the game went after that. And then frigging Simon Hooper. What a hoop.
Yeah, I was going to say, talk to me about another game that had controversy and was a joke yet again.
I mean, yes, I think I would have gone in because he's blown the whistle, so Edson hasn't really gone for it because he knows it's not going to count regardless if it goes in. And obviously, VAR can't go back. But I swear, before the season they said we'll let the attack go on. If you score, you score. Then we'll call it offside. And if VAR want to intervene, they intervene. But he decides to blow just before Coutinho hits the ball.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, that strike, I know Coutinho can do that, obviously, through his days at Liverpool, but that strike was absolutely disgusting. When that went in, I was laughing because how good it was.
That's just you're going off against you literally your own rules that you stated before the start of the season, before you told every manager at the start of the season.
Yeah.
So why are they not counting?
No, I know. It's an
absolute joke. And he's in replays. He's clearly onside. It's like, where are you getting offside from?
Clear as day, mate.
The only way you get offside from is if you think he's offside because he's tracking back from an offside position because the ball's literally gone on the field too. I think it was Ramsey, and he's
Yeah.
tracking back from an offside position because they've pushed up. But if you can't see him when the ball comes in, it's quite clear offside.
Yeah.
Absolute joke. Absolute joke.
No, absolutely, mate. And like you
It's
said,
been it's been a howler for VAR all season. So, well, not all season, all weekend. So they need to get rectified. And even I think it was the PGOLF somehow that came out and said the Chelsea goal, no, the West Ham goal and the Newcastle goal should have stood. So something up really.
Definitely, mate. Obviously, people in the chat will know how the game went, but obviously the way you said, disappointed against Man City. Obviously, that's rare to say, but like I said, how that goal did not stand is an absolute joke.
Yeah. Well, you say goal, but I don't want to class it as a goal not because it didn't count, because everybody stopped and just let the shot go off because they know it won't count. So whether he would have scored that if it wasn't pulled up, that's obviously not to know, but because it was hit so nicely, I think it'd be hard for Edison to get, but we just know what Edison can do. So it's hard to say, but why he got pulled up in the first place and not allowed to have that shot is just ridiculous. But that's just the standard of referees we have in this league. And linos.
Most watched league in the world, and you've got
We can't get it right.
It's a joke, mate. No, I definitely agree on that one. But yeah, what I'll ask you last, man of the match. Who did I give it to? I actually thought, considering how poor he's been at times, I actually thought Tyrone Mings was very good in that game. I gave it to him.
I think he's probably the shout.
I thought he dealt very well with Haaland. He was frustrating. Obviously, I know Haaland scored, but it's one of them, isn't it? For majority of the game, he was
Leon Bailey. It's got to be Leon Bailey.
That's another good shout, yeah. Even Young's up there. Even though he come on, he was on early enough to.
I think he was class. I mean, like I say, I wasn't the best pleased when he was getting ready because I thought we would have brought Chambers on. But you look at it now and say, I can't understand it, but we've got to take this confidence into next weekend where we've got Leicester, where should be
that could be. Where's it at? Leicester.
Oh, I'll have to check.
Does it even matter at the moment, to be fair with them, where it's at?
I'll have to check. I think it might be at Leicester. I'm not sure.
I think that's a very good game for you to get a result.
It is.
Getting results against Man City.
Yeah, it's at Leicester.
You're leaving the games frustrated. Yeah, I think that's a very good game to get a win, really, especially with how they've been.
I mean, to be fair, our next 4 games, I'm not going to say they're easy because obviously it's Premier League. There's no easy game, but they probably are winnable teams. Leicester, Southampton, Leeds, and Nottingham Forest. The games we need to pick points from.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because then obviously we've got Chelsea where they're a bit iffy. But then we've got another decent one. So it just depends, but
yeah. No, absolutely, mate.
If I get screwed over by VAR, I'm not asked because it's just stupid. Yeah. But we need to get sorted. It's like Alan Shearer said last night. I think it was Shearer, or it was the other guy. I don't know who the other guy is.
Would tell you, mate. I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Mate, if you told me that we'd get a point against Man City last night, I'll take it and shove it right. I'll shove it so far. I'll shove it so far on my bum. You will not be able to grab. You will not be able to grab hold of it. I would have took it any day of the blooming week against these.
Yeah, especially if
I don't know who it was. I've got a feeling it was the other guy, but he said something along the lines of, "It's not the system that's messing it up; it's the people behind it. Surely we should be getting ex-pros who know the game
Yeah.
to monitor it, not referees.
Yeah, no.
That's what he said. Gerard, oh God.
Saturday morning, Schofield. Yeah, I saw that. I was a bit surprised about that. I thought that'd be a high scoring game, but there we go. Game I did get right. Did get the Reading game right today. That was they were actually doing bits. I'm not even going to lie, but obviously less of that. They should have won the goals off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it was a joke, mate. Joke. How that Villa goes offside, I do not know. Villa robbed.
Worst thing about it, the blooming referee couldn't even check it.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with this comment as well. Man City look unstoppable, yet even they can drop points. No, it's facts, mate. It's facts.
We just managed to frustrate them. I think.
Yeah, you did.
Once you're able to frustrate a team like Man City, I'm not going to say you should go on a run because it's just one game. You just got to have a surprise. I mean, that's the best defensive display I've probably seen on a Gerrard. Because let's be honest, we've been leaking goals galore under Gerrard. I'm not saying, Gerrard this, Gerrard that, blah, blah, blah. But you just, you just got to look at it and just go, yeah, if anybody wants to criticise us for yesterday, it's a joke because, City put what? Because City put 6 past Forest. What was it?
Yeah.
6. But it's 6 against Bournemouth as well.
I
No,
think
4.
it's 5. 4?
Yeah, something like that. And if I'm being brutally honest, I thought we were getting 3-4 per pass yesterday. But
yeah, no, I thought he was getting 5 per pass. Yeah.
It just shows you Gerrard can actually manage the team. And I'm not saying he couldn't before, but he does sort of have an idea of how to stop. But this is always the case with Villa. We do well against these top sides, like Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, blah blah blah, and come up against they're not top sides. Like
sort of links into what Kenny said here, then.
Yeah. We just need to get it so we can't be out. I can't be asked with doing this week. We go to Leicester next week. We lose 6. Well, I said not 6-0, like 2-0, whatever. But it would be typical Villa if we do that. So, not really keeping my hopes at the minute.
Yeah. For me, Mings is inconsistent. Sometimes has good games, sometimes has bad. No, I totally agree with that. I just felt yesterday he was really good. I felt
he was really well. He was good yesterday. I think
he was.
Part of that is he has a proof. I'm not saying he has a point to prove because he has started since Bournemouth, but he has
with
a point.
The captaincy side of things,
Yeah.
you could say that. Like Chris has said here.
The thing that's annoying me here is McGinn's looks shite since taking the captaincy. I don't know what it is, but McGinn's looks absolutely dreadful.
I didn't think he was too great yesterday. No,
he hasn't been great for the next. Let's just say this: he's took the captain off 4 out of 5 games. What does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly. It's probably my end, to be fair. I'm talking to the dog, I think, to be honest with you. 4 against Bournemouth. Yeah, there you go. Big up Stephen. Had a little conversation with him on the Insta DMs yesterday after the streams. He said, big up Ty, was watching on my Xbox One. Now I comment, Gerrard's job safe for another week.
He has the backing of the he had the boy. He has the backing of the board anyway, so I don't think that was going to really make any difference.
Yeah. No, I agree on that. But Lewis, mate, before we move on, is there anything else you want to say about this game?
No, like I say, I'll take the point in a week, and hopefully we can take this into next week and try and hopefully get a result next week because Leicester look dreadful at the minute.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll get into their game, so I did proper watch their game, so I'll be able to give a bit more of an analysis on it. But yeah, in the middle, yeah, they were not so great there. I'll tell you that. And obviously that is the next game. And also, Kenny, mate, I have sent you the link. I sent it on Instagram. So yeah. But yeah, obviously the next game, like I said, the game I watched obviously the whole game. Another 5-2, obviously 2 5-2s this weekend. Obviously, I went with a 1-0 to Brighton. And
Why did I do this?
good question. Yeah, have a look, mate, and let me know what you put. But yeah, let me move
1-1.
on.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that was it. You said draw. Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Mental game, yeah, no, absolutely. But anyway, like I was going to say, so Iheanacho scored inside 40 seconds, played across to him. And, one of the positives for Leicester today, even though obviously they got absolutely pumped, I did think their strike force was pretty good. Like I said, Maddison, he hasn't really been too great recently and all that sort of thing. I think I don't know. He's just not really pulling the strings, in my opinion. Lewis, you said 1-1. Yeah, trust me. Let's just remove this Jake guy. I don't even know who the hell he is. But yeah, let's get this guy out. I don't even know who the hell he is. About talking about him, I don't even know who he is. But obviously going back to the game, shortly after they did respond with an equaliser. Obviously, a Thomas own goal. And then obviously shortly after they got another goal, Concedo, very good finish into the left side. As soon as it was played across to him, I knew they were going to score, and obviously that's what happened there. I don't even know, Kenny, mate. And obviously they went 2-1 up. This was, I think it was the first game of the season where there's been 3 goals inside 15 minutes or something like that. It was a very good game to watch on the eye. Yeah, trust me, Chris. And then obviously Daka with the equaliser. Now Tielemans, I thought he was all right. Even though I said the midfield was shoddy, I thought he was all right. That ball was brilliant. Over towards Daka, very good finish, 1-on-1. As soon as he got it and controlled it down, it's one of them where I knew he was going to score in that aspect. And then obviously 2-2 in the first half. And then obviously going into the second half, again, another shoddy crap decision, whatever you want to call it. McAllister got robbed off a wicked goal. Now, Lewis, I don't know, did you see any of this game by any chance? Obviously, I know you was at home, but like beforehand or anything like that?
No, all I know that apparently David like 2 goals chalked off or something.
Bro, that goal, right, McAllister scored. For me...
Is it that one from the edge of the goal where he absolutely launched it?
Rifled it right in the top corner.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, the reason why they're saying it basically didn't stand is because who tried to connect with it was apparently affecting the player who, could have cleared it away, which I think is just stupid. And then obviously it bounced out to McAllister. So he's trying to say the person who tried to get a touch on it, was interfering and blocking, which I just didn't understand whatsoever. And then obviously, like I said, McAllister got robbed off. That strike was absolutely stupid. Like, oh my god, it was just mental. What a goal it was. Obviously, that didn't unfortunately count. And then shortly, about 20 minutes later, Brighton scored again. Trossard, he had a very good game yet again. Good finish it was onto the left side. Gross with the assist. And then obviously McAllister scored a penalty. Now, a lovely bit of skill it was. And then obviously, clear as day, it's a penalty. You just dragged him down and taking him out and that sort of thing. McAllister took the penalty very well. And then obviously scored again. Wicked free kick that was. The way he was playing, after that goal, you knew when it get chalked out, he's going to do something special. He's going to score again. He literally scored 2 goals after that.
Why don't I understand?
Yeah, I don't understand, mate. I don't understand. But yeah, obviously, then he scored again. They gave him man of the match, and I'd have to agree with that. It was close for me between him or Trossard. But Leicester, very poor in the midfield. Like I said, I think Maddison had a very poor game. I think some of the passing he was doing was terrible.
I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. That's all right. I think, it's just that midfield was just not good enough. Defensively, they weren't great. And this is the game where I see, I don't understand why they've gone, to keep Ward as the first choice keeper. Now I know he tends to do good for Wales sometimes, but I just feel for Leicester, for what they'll want to, obviously it's not started off well, but what they'll want to try and aim and do this season, I just think with him, it's just not really going to work. It's a time in the first half, him and Didi, just it was just a poor. So Didi played it back to him. It was a bit of a poor touch, and then player ran onto it. Welbeck tried dinking it over, and it just wasn't great there for them. I don't actually think their fullbacks were too bad. Obviously, people might say I'm a bit biased with James Justin and that. I don't think he was too bad, but I just feel their midfield and their actual centre backs, goalkeeper, just weren't at it. I felt going forward they were all right, but yeah, midfield is the key, and that's where they got overran, and it was pretty easy for Brighton. And Brighton and that team, you enjoy watching. I really enjoyed that game today. Of course, obviously 7 goals, and the way they're passing it around shows the quality of their side. But yeah, we do have Kenny here. So I'll let him, see if he wants to say anything about that game. How are you, mate?
Lads, come on, I'm decent, mate. I'm decent after the Arsenal game, of course.
Yeah.
I see him. I'm above Lewis. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, I'll just take him out until he comes back. But yeah, did you see much of this game before the United game?
I watched a bit of it on Sky Go, and also, of course, I watched a bit of it after I recorded most games on Sky. So from what I saw before the game, and obviously after, I thought Brighton were very much dominant. Honestly, this could have been an absolute rioting. Obviously with Brighton. I think with Brighton, honestly, a lot of games at Leeds could have been much more, but this game felt sort of. I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if it felt different because Brighton have been brilliant this season, but it felt more like a much better goal scoring performance. Despite some of the chances missed, they still scored 5. I didn't see the offside goal, obviously, or wherever it was, offside handball foul, whatever. I didn't see that for Brighton, but you won 5-2 anyway. He scored 2 goals anyway. Superb free kick at the end, obviously. And Leicester, I think with Leicester, it's their transfer window that's really got them down, and I don't think Rodgers is really. I think Rodgers. One thing he isn't is after a bad transfer window, I've noticed he never really tends to do well after a bad transfer window. Which I mean, obviously, not many managers do really great after a transfer window. But for a side with the quality of Leicester, I think you should be at least reaching mid-table standards. And right now, they're even lower than Forest, which I mean, to be lower than one of your rivals who would just come up after, since the 80s, they don't be in the Premier League. So that is just awful. And I don't see it getting better for Leicester soon either. I think Villa is a big game for him. I think the next few weeks are big games for him. I've seen they've got a few more easier games in the next few weeks. I think Villa is a big game though at home. I think winning that is just very big for him. Do I think Rodgers will be in charge? I think he might have one more week, just because I think he's done so much for the club in terms of winning the FA Cup, getting them Europa League twice in a row. I think he'll get that extra week. I think maybe after Villa, I think his job depends on Villa now, honestly. So in summary, Brighton, fair dues, top 4, brilliant right so far. Leicester, get your act together, lads, because you lot look like you could be going down at this rate. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, mate. As well. Like you said, there's been a lot of times where, like you said, the last game where obviously they got that narrow win, but the chances just weren't going in, and today obviously showed that in that aspect. And yeah, to be honest, I agree with you with the Rodgers thing, and pretty much the same reasons you said as well. Obviously, he has won the FA Cup with them. Like I said, European places, he's got them in, and the Community Shield if you want to count that. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, we'll leave it at that for that game. Obviously, like I said, Lewis obviously didn't get to see much of it anyway. We'll go through some comments on it though. I predicted 3-0 Brighton, and I predicted it to be Rodgers' last game. I think he walks or gets sacked now. Interesting. Stephen says, what a game. Brighton looked like Euro contenders by dismantling the Foxes, who I think are in red alert now. Things
I
need
mean,
to change
I
quick.
don't think they can win the Euros considering they're not a country, but I mean, fair enough, lad, fair enough.
Oh god, I've got to read this comment. Probably one of those keyboard warriors is in their bedroom playing underpants around their ankles, get a job or get back to school, or if drop kicked out. Yeah, probably, mate, probably has. A lot of people saying they'll be shocked if he's in charge for next game. To be honest, like I said, I'm on the same wavelength with you, on this.
Yeah, I think it's a massive game, though. Honestly, and if they beat Villa, that is a big win and a good kickstart because they've got some winnable fixtures coming up. That is a big game. But as Lewis comes on, I'm talking about Leicester beating Villa.
No, seriously, he won't shot me.
But I don't think they will. But I think that's a big game for them.
Oh yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. I think. What's that, Lewis?
That'll be a typical Villa game to lose.
You did say that earlier as well, yeah. I think manager and owner is to blame for Leicester transfer window. I think Rodgers is not back, in my opinion. I think Leicester owner is not as ambitious as, God rest his soul, his father. Yeah, to be honest, I would agree with that to an extent. Like I said, the goalkeeper situation, like I said, Ward can, do all right for Wales, but I'm just not sure in the Premier League, for the number one. I'm just not really too sure. And obviously, I did sign a player at the end of the transfer window, but then again, I don't really know too much about that player. I don't really know who he is and what he can even bring. What's that, Lewis? Go on.
What's Liverpool game ready to announce?
Huh?
What's Liverpool game ready to announce?
I don't know. What's going on?
An hour ago, I put something on my Twitter with eyes and a timer emoji.
Huh?
And it says, hang on, 5th of the 9th, is that when you start? I think it might be ready for like Champions League something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're probably just trying to big it up.
Champions League, yeah. Who's it? First game? Is it
that makes sense.
Oh, no, it's Napoli, isn't it?
Nah, Napoli, mate. Napoli away? Is it away?
That's your bogey European team.
Oh, that's Napoli.
They're your bogey European team, aren't they?
Yeah, it's Napoli.
Yeah, they are. They are, mate. Yeah, they are.
Away.
I think one time you beaten them.
Oh, okay.
I tell you what. I mean,
that is
you might look nice.
Yeah, look, I sort of said, what I had to say earlier. I just feel he's just not pulling the strings at the moment. I definitely agree. Obviously, I know he didn't start today, but still, even before that, he's not really. I look at the Arsenal game when we talk about this season. He just weren't. It's not going right. And to be fair, like I said, the changes Rodgers made up front, I felt they were all right. I felt the attackers were pretty good. Obviously Daka and Iheanacho. But the midfield, they got overran. Maddison was giving it away very cheaply, and that's where they got exploited. And defensively, the two centre backs and the goalkeeper, just wasn't great there. But yeah, we'll move on. And the last game we're obviously going to talk about, Kenny's got a smile on his face. Do you know what I mean? And that was obviously 3-1 to United against Arsenal. Arsenal still have that poor record at Old Trafford. But Kenny, mate, obviously you being the United fan, I'll let you talk about this game, mate, first.
All right. So obviously, I think first thing I want to talk about is the Martinelli style goal, which happened early on, and that was obviously the first. 15 minutes of the game. I thought it was a foul. He did whatever you say. He pushed him. He pushed Eriksen. You can't allow that goal. And if it was the other way around, if it was United scored and Eriksen pushed Odegaard, and then all these Arsenal fans complaining, "Oh, it's so soft." They'd be the same page as us. I think he did get pushed. From what I've seen the replay as well, it's harsh, but I think it has to be disallowed. Obviously, after that, we sort of trailed off a bit. I thought, especially until our goal. Really, until our second goal, we sort of trailed off a bit. Even after the Anthony goal, which was honestly, I was so glad Anthony got that debut goal. He was really good today, and I thought that's what he deserved. I think I just think we would have got a bit scared because once Arsenal got that goal, I mean after the push, it was I think we got a bit scared of how fast they could move and how quickly they were caught out in that move, and then that's why they started to dominate. In terms of up until Saka's goal, honestly, Saka's goal it's not really avoidable. I mean, every goal is avoidable, of course, but it's really hard to avoid. Maybe Martinez could have done better in attempt to block it, but at the end of the day, you can't really do much with that. It's just caught out by time. I thought Malaysia kept Saka quiet for the rest of the game. Honestly, Malaysia was brilliant. So yeah, I thought after that, of course, we were dominated. But then I think once Ronaldo came on, Ronaldo and Fred, I thought we changed the game. Not necessarily because of Ronaldo, but because I thought moving Rashford to the wings massively helped us. Because what he does, Rashford is really good at getting in behind the fullback. I think Trent and Alexander-Arnold has learned that. Is that me? Is that me lagging, or is that you? Anyone else as well?
I'll be tired. I don't know what he's doing.
What's that? Sorry. No, I'm back.
That was me lagging, or you?
Oh no, it's me, mate. Mine keeps doing that for some reason.
All right, but I thought Rashford once he moved to the wing, Ronaldo's played well in his own right, obviously, but with the pressing and stuff, he was brilliant. But I think Rashford really was brilliant because what he does, he gets in behind the fullback. Trent Alexander-Arnold, as I said before, has learned that over the past few years and just can't stop it. I forgot who the right back was for Arsenal. I think it was Ben White. He learned why. He learned why. He learned why Rashford is as tough as a opponent. Jesus Christ! I mean, two really good goals. Look, Bruno was really good as well. Eriksen, obviously, and when the third goal came, they were just. I thought we deserved it at that point. Although after the second goal, we had a period of dominance in the game where I thought Arsenal dominated the majority of the game, but there was a period. I think if you watched it, you could have seen it as well. That we had that period in the second goal where we really started to just pile the pressure up for the third. We could have even scored the fourth when Ramsdale gave it away to Bruno, I think it was. But obviously he missed the 1-on-1. So, I mean, that's what I have to say. Really, I thought at the end of the day, a lot of people said Arsenal deserved the win. Honestly, I don't really care, and I thought our defensive display was very good. I didn't think we were as bad as people are saying we were. I thought we were just tight defensively, and when we had our moments, we took them. And after the second goal, you can't say Arsenal did much after that. It was just the period after their offside goal. So that's what I have to say about the game. Really, I did think from what I watched, we deserved the win because of our defensive display. And obviously, Arsenal fans can go cry in the comments if there's any Arsenal fans there. Go cry. You'll see my Twitter account after. At the Press MU fan. Yeah, go there. Cry at my account, mate. Cry at my account, lads. I love the tears. I love to drink your tears. 3-1 win. Arsenal's unbeaten run ended. 3 points off top. United are back. Blood. You can tell I've enjoyed that win.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And obviously, back in the day, Man United, Arsenal, it was one of them. It's obviously not nowhere near the level it was there, but they've still got that hatred and that obviously passion when they play each other as well. Obviously, two of the biggest clubs in England as well. But yeah, no, to be fair, well, actually, before I say anything, Lewis, mate, did you see any of this game at all?
Yeah, I watched some of the first and the entire second half on the way back from Hull. It's not a foul, Kenny. It's not a foul.
Why not? Tell me why not.
It's not a foul. Ericsson's just foul. It's not a foul. There's barely any contact. Ericsson's just foul. It's not a foul. It is Kenny. It's not a foul.
If that was
Kenny, it's not a foul.
That was your club.
Kenny, it's not a foul.
That was your club. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's not a foul.
All I'm gonna say, right? I want to stop.
Kenny, it's not a foul.
I'm gonna stop, but I just say, think if it was your club. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's not a foul. It's not a foul.
Anyway, that Tyler drink. that Tyler drink though.
That goal should have stood. Which would have changed the complete dynamic. Should obviously VAR want to favour struggling United as per a bit like
United. What you want about me? What you want about me? Struggling United. We won 4 games in a row, mate. Pipe down. Pipe down. You're what? 16th, celebrating a point against Man City. Okay, sure, it's a good point. Sure, you got robbed. 1 game wouldn't change anything, mate. Struggling United, mate. 4 wins in a row with 3 points off top now. Like, pipe down, mate. Pipe down. Keep talking, mate. Pipe down. How about Hull City as well, mate? Mid-table in the Championship, mate. Pipe down. Pipe down. Also, before Lewis keeps on talking, Tyler, what do you think of the goal? Should it have stood?
I'm going to be honest. Now, I know obviously it was, he went down a bit too easy, and at the end of the day, I actually think it was, I'll be honest. I'm being honest. You got to remember.
Liverpool,
I don't like United.
Liverpool fan here.
Like I said, I do think he's went down a bit too easy, but at the end of the day, there is contact. You know what?
At the end of the day, it is a push. That's all I said. At the end of the day, it is a push, and if that was your club, you'd be screaming. So,
are you not allowed physical contact in any football?
Really, I did not understand any of what you just said. I did not understand any of what you just said.
I'll blooming just go, you know what? Let's just glide through him. Jesus Christ. Are we not allowed? Are we just not allowed?
Lewis.
Are we now playing under 7 football? Jesus
Lewis. I'm sorry to put this out to you, but nobody just understood what you said. Nobody understood any of what you just said.
Kenny. Are we playing under 7 football? Are we playing under 7 football?
If you ask me, that's a bit dodgy, mate. If you ask me, that's all I heard. Under 7 football. It's a bit dodgy if you ask me, mate. That's very dodgy. So, yeah. I'll stop talking about it.
Kenny. Is it not under 7s? Is it under 7 football or not?
Man,
are we not allowed?
I don't know.
Are we not allowed contact?
Are you talking about the foul?
Are we not allowed contact? No. Okay.
Day, it is a push. At the end of the day, he pushes Ericsson. It can't be given because he pushes Ericsson. Obviously, he goes down a bit too easy, and obviously he makes a meal out of it. But that's any player would make a meal out of it.
Yeah.
I understand it's hard.
Could you imagine? Let me just say something. Could you imagine if that was Richarlison?
That'll be talked about for days.
Huh?
And days. And weeks. And months. And years.
We know how that guy reacts.
If that was Richarlison, it would still be he will still be rolling at 10 to 10 at night.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But what if that was Coutinho, Lewis? Imagine that was Coutinho. What would you say? What would you say if that was Coutinho? Let's say Villa versus what's one of your second biggest rivals? Wolves. Villa versus Wolves. All right. Coutinho. Same thing happens. What would you say? I guarantee you'll be saying that was the correct decision. I guarantee you. I mean, you can say now that you would say that's the correct decision, but I guarantee you, if that was Coutinho against Wolves, I'll let you. What would you? What would you do? What would you say?
I mean, for me, he's gone off immediately. So,
but what about? What would you say if that? I'm saying, what do you say if that was your club against one of your bigger rivals, Wolves, or what? Not even bigger rivals. Let's say just random team, Brighton. Let's say random Brighton. Right, what would you say?
Probably should have stood.
Yeah, Tyler. If that remember that moment. If anything happens against Aston Villa or Hull City, just remember that. Remember that, Tyler. Bring that up.
Mate, I don't need to remember it. Do you know what I mean? YouTube will remember it.
I mean, fair play, Lewis.
Yeah, it depends. But for me, that's what I'm saying. For me, that's just good.
Well, the bottom line for me, like I kept saying, week upon week, when Arsenal kept getting all these wins, fair play, they're beating who's ahead of them, and what I will give them credit for is, the way they've got that spirit to fight back in games. Obviously, like the Fulham game, for example, if they were to, if that was last season, they'd have probably ended up losing the game. But I said, I can't wait for that Man United game to see what it's like. And it links into, this comment that Chris said. Let me find it. Where has it gone? Where has it gone? This one.
Out my bedroom.
Arsenal first test, and they flopped, pretending to be shocked. I call it. I knew it'd happen. Obviously, me, for prediction, close on this game. I said 2-1 United. And also the fact, like I said, and like Kenny said, when we was doing the transfer thing the other day, Arsenal don't have a great record at Old Trafford. And I always mention the game last season from recent times in that aspect where it's still a shaky time for United. Obviously, Arsenal were high flying, trying to get.
I'm going to watch it now, actually. I'm going to watch it back now.
It's 3-2 in that game as well to United. So I also look at things like that. But a lot of people, are disagreeing with me and Kenny, which is fine. And obviously on the same page as Lewis. Taylor saying Martinelli robbed, Ericsson fell over, barely any contact.
It's a
right. Let me have a look. I'm watching it now.
Right, like I said, there was barely any contact, but I know a lot of players that would make a meal of it as well. So I'm not even
Salah, for example.
Yeah, come on, let's be real. Let's actually be real now. Let's see what Stephen said about the game. United looked good in large parts of the game. Arsenal tried to put up a fight, but United stood strong and Rashford finished them off. Good debut, goal for Anthony. Yeah, it was a very good finish. That was a very good finish. And, like Kenny said, when Rashford gets in behind these players, you say Trent's learned. Well, why is he still not dealing with it?
Not learn. Trust me, he's not learned. But he knows. He
knows.
knows.
I was going to say, mate. He ain't quite learned. But...
My VAR check has been complete.
Yeah.
It was a foul.
Oh, he's changed his mind. He's done a flip-flop. After all that.
This guy was screaming.
After all that popcorns people have used in the chat, you've changed your decision.
No, don't forget. Whoa. Don't forget, I was watching it in a car where I couldn't really see.
Oh,
this is my first close-up view. This is my first close-up view.
Kenny, why are you wearing a Juventus shirt? Says Chris.
Nah, it's an Adidas shirt.
I did think the same. Not that there's been anything wrong with it, because I know loads of others do that, but I did think to say. To be fair, I've got a Juventus shirt. I'm not gonna lie. Don't really wear it.
I've got quite a few team shirts. I
don't even know why.
Just not my rivals, just not my main rivals. Like I've got no Liverpool, City, Leeds, Arsenal shirts. Trust me. Those shirts are burned. Those shirts are purely there.
The only time I get a Watford shirt is to wipe my arse. You know what I mean?
Or you could burn it for views on the internet. So
all that
investment.
This is comedy. Yeah, that was brilliant. That was when you
I just switch up there.
This is like YouTube press conference. Oh, Chris.
I mean, I won though. I won. So.
Kenny's second team.
Huh?
Wait, what? Liverpool's tie blood is orange like mine. I don't really know what it means there. Yeah, there's also that as well. The knee.
He didn't get the ball either. I think that's
there's even that. Oh my god. Arsenal flat track bullies like Anthony Joshua. Simple. Same old Arsenal.
Yeah, honestly, even against Fulham, they looked suspect in the second half.
Yeah. No, I agree. Obviously, conceded their goal from being very silly at the back in that Fulham game as well. Yeah, I was about to get this one up. Trent needs to look for defending in dictionary. Oh my days. And then Lewis changed his mind. For fuck's sake, Lewis.
No, sorry, names. Yeah, sorry. Just
this guy was screaming. Saying stuff that I couldn't understand. This guy was
literally made everyone in the chat get popcorn just to change your mind, mate.
This guy said under sevens football match, which I told him very suspect, but at the same time,
oh my days. Ty, I mean, your second.
I had to get VAR. I had to get
Oh,
VAR.
yeah, of course, mate. What's that, Lewis?
I had to get VAR.
I mean, he looked at the monitor, Tyler. He looked at the monitor. It was obviously going to be overturned.
Yeah. But yeah, like we said, I sum it up as same as Stephen did. I'm not going to literally repeat what Kenny said, because I thought he said it pretty well, and I literally agree with all the points there. And obviously, like I said, with Arsenal as well, they don't have a great record at Old Trafford, and also the fact, they haven't. Like I said, fair play to them. They beat who was in front of them. But I did say I'm very interested to see how they do in that United game, and quite frankly, they bottled it in that sense. Even though United were obviously very good, and I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I don't really like to say it, but I do think these games it is becoming a bit of a turning point for Man United now, especially with having that transfer window. Doing what Ten Hag's obviously wanted to do. It's looking good for United. I'm not going to lie to you.
Kenny Mueller's undercard. No, that's the main event, mate. That's the main event.
Yeah, what's the main card? Let me know what the main card is.
So I won. So I mean, Tyler, you can't argue with that. This guy overturned his decision.
I think Lewis would be a bit of an underdog, but I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know. I think it'd be a lot closer than you think, mate. I'll be honest.
I don't know if you get my weight class, Lewis. You look really skinny. I'm just. Let's just say not skinny. So I don't know if you get my weight class.
Hey, I mean, to be fair, I
have just said I am fat, so you can't really say. Hey.
To be fair, I probably will get raised before my MRI scan tomorrow. So.
What? Did you just say rate?
I'll probably get raised before my MRI scan.
Oh, I thought you said something else there. I thought you said something else. Oh no. Oh no. I don't even know. Nobody knows.
But yeah, moving on. Kenny, did you do a man of the match for this game?
Yeah,
not,
I thought.
Who would you give it to?
I thought. I actually got someone that nobody else around me has said. I thought Malaysia, because I thought he kept. Obviously, Saka scored, but that wasn't his fault. And I thought he kept Saka quiet all game, apart from the goal. He was brilliant on our left side. I thought he was my man of the match. But at the same time, Eriksen, Bruno also brilliant. Rashford second half was brilliant. Ronaldo, when he came on, was really good. Anthony was really good in the way he was on. Martinez and Varane again, really good. McTominay, even really good. Fred, when he came on, really good. So I could have given it to him an abundance of players. But Malaysia was my pick out of the lot. I mean, I picked that nobody else really gone with, so.
Yeah, no, fair enough, mate. It's like I say, it's one of them. But yeah, what we'll do, obviously, that is all the games reviewed, obviously, for the weekend. What we'll do now is what we tend to do at the end of these now, moving forward, which is obviously goal of the week, clown of the week, and game of the week. And the game of the week, there's a lot of good choices up there. So, yeah, we'll start off with. We'll do game of the week first.
Oh my god! Why, Tyler? Me? Why?
I think goal of the week's harder. To be honest, I'm thinking of some good goals now.
Yeah, I've already got.
There's one good goal.
Oh, actually, now that Lewis spoke, and I'm thinking about his team, that's another shout up there for me in goal of the week.
No, I'm not even thinking about that. I've got one in my brain already.
Okay, so you got your decisions yet for game of the week?
Yep.
You guys go first. Honestly, there's too many. There's how many am I looking at? There's 4 that I'm looking at. So I'll tell you the 4 that I'm looking at, and then I'll tell you the one that I've gone with. But you guys go first. I need to decide.
Go on, Lewis, man. I'll let you go first.
Bournemouth against Forest.
That's really not a bad shout.
Well,
Oh, well, I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree because, like I said, the comeback was was very good, and obviously they were very heavily underestimated going into this. And like I said last season, obviously I like to base it on when they played each other recently and that as well. Nottingham Forest didn't beat them even at the Forest ground last year. Bournemouth won convincingly there as well. It was like 3-1. So I'm going to agree with him there.
Right, so I'm guessing it's my turn now. So the four I was thinking of were Forest, Bournemouth, United, Arsenal, Brighton, Leicester, and Brentford, Leeds. The one that I've gone with is Brighton, Leicester, just about above the others. Because I think half time, obviously 2-2, brilliant half, and then second half just and the amazing attacking football with Brighton looking brilliant, some brilliant goals as well. Of course, McAllister free kick as well. Could have been 60. You could have had 8 goals. I thought it was better than Brentford Leeds because Brentford Leeds were never really close throughout the entirety of the game. That was 2-2 at half time. I thought it was better than United Arsenal. I thought I was the fourth best. Obviously, I didn't have as many goals, but I thought it was very entertaining. But I didn't think it was as good as the other 3. And then Forest Bournemouth was a very close second. But I just thought it didn't have as many goals, and also it's not really a game where you think obviously manager bounce for Bournemouth. It's not really a game when you think, oh yeah, Bournemouth are never gonna win that 3-2. And obviously Brighton 5-2. And tell me if you predicted 5-2 to Brighton, and potentially 60 if that another goal to the last. Tell me if you predicted right. All right. I don't think anyone did. And Lewis, you definitely didn't, mate. 1-1. I don't know what you were thinking, but yeah, that's my game of the week.
No, that's fair enough. But if we're doing a second place, that's definitely mine in that aspect. Let's see what people are saying about theirs. Fox's clown of the week. Sorry. A game of the week: United versus Gooners. Fair enough. What days? On the Cody's goal of the week, celebrating a relevant goal. Didn't count. Goal of the week: Wigan's Norwegian. Does that count? Unfortunately, not. Well, I'll say unfortunately. Don't make no championship around here. Do you know what I mean? Chris agrees with us, Lewis. He's gone with Bournemouth Forest game.
Oh, very close. Very, very close.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's 2 5-2 games up there as well.
Honestly, there were so many 2-0 comebacks in the EFL and in the There was obviously not Forest Bournemouth, but there was also like Derby Plymouth. I think there was one in the Championship. I think from what I saw. So a lot of them.
Yeah, there were certain teams that went 1-0 up as well, and then bottled it. But there we go.
There you go. You were those teams, Tyler. You were those teams because Man United were one of them. And I think a certain team might be Tyler. I think a certain team.
Yeah. Luton. Oh yeah, you want to cough now, do you? Yeah. All right, mate. But yeah, God, that's you're a dickhead, man. What we'll move on to now, we'll do. What did I say? Game of the week, goal of the week, clown of the week. Yeah, clown of the week.
Clown of the week.
You can give it as a whole team if you would like. You can give it to a manager. You can give it to a team and a manager. I'm thinking. Can
I give it to the officials? I could just give it to the officials.
Yeah, do you know what? Actually, yeah, you can do that as well if you want.
And yeah, I'll give 2. I'll give the officials and I'll give an actual one if that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I've got a few actual ones I'm thinking of.
Oh, and there are a few.
Jesus, clowns.
When I say clowns, it could be all clowns. Don't just see.
Arsenal fans.
Some of them were moving stupid. I'm not going to lie. I see some of them before the game. Yeah, I'm heavily confident. Yeah, I know you're doing all right, but this is United at Old Trafford where you've struggled in a while.
Like honestly, the one win they've got at Old Trafford since 2000.
When it with no fans, that one they don't really.
Yeah, exactly. Since 2005 in the league, they won once in the FA Cup, but at the same time, I think we dropped a lot of players. So only once in the league in the last 19 years I've seen. So I think there's a lot though. I think there's You got Leeds, Leicester, obviously, got a lot of clowns in those teams.
Yes, I've already got mine actually.
Some
No, he said
Forest. You do your officials first. I'm deciding whether to do teams or a team, or a certain player, because there were certain bad players.
Yeah. I just can't remember. I was going to say that Forest defender on the third goal, but I can't actually remember who the hell it was. Like I said when I was.
I've got mine. I've got mine.
I thought that was just absolutely stupid. You know,
Was it Scott
when
McKenna?
you already got pressure on you.
Tyler.
What's that?
Scott McKenna.
Scott McKenna. He's up there for me. I'm also saying Maddison. Like I said, he gave the ball away a couple of times, like really cheaply, really poor. Like I said, I don't think the whole Leicester side was poor. I think attacking going forward, like the attackers were good. I thought Tielemans was all right. Other than that, team weren't so great. James Justin was average. I'm gonna go with McKenna, mate. I'm gonna go with McKenna. You know, when you've already got pressure on you with the way they've come back like that, then you turn, and when there's the guy's literally Anthony's literally on you anyway. I just didn't understand it. Poor pass it was. It's just shocking.
Do you know who I'd go for?
Go on.
Diego Llorente. Absolutely dreadful for Leeds from what I saw. Diego Llorente, that's mine. Awful for Leeds. Obviously in a very poor defensive display. I could have gone with a lot. I could have gone with Maddison. I could have gone with Leeds and Leicester combined. Could have gone with Arsenal fans, but I thought Diego Llorente was just awful. Absolutely awful. That's mine. Actually, him and Jesse Marsh, honestly. Him and Jesse Marsh, because Jesse Marsh took the biggest L this weekend. Obviously, the American twat, but go on, Lewis.
Jesse March.
Fair enough.
So that's interesting. Quite split.
I'm just going to reply to this. Maybe he doesn't, yeah. But at the end of the day, the window's done now. It's still not going on. So for me, this is where you've got to try and perform again and try and get your eyes caught on again in that aspect.
I mean, Ronaldo doesn't want to be here. Put on a superb display when he came on today. A lot of people may disagree with me, but his pressing was brilliant. Honestly, he almost got us more goals.
I agree.
We could have won 6-1.
Yeah, honestly, you could have won very heavily.
Yeah. That's why I think that.
Oh dear.
Was there, isn't an Arsenal fan? What?
What's that?
I'm surprised Lewis isn't an Arsenal fan. What?
Oh my god. Yeah, the last thing we'll do, obviously, the last sort of segment in that aspect. Goal of the week. Now, again, another one that could take a few decisions. I've got a few in my head that I can think of from the top of my head right now.
I've got one dead on.
But yeah, I'll wait for you lot to make your decision.
I think Mitrovic.
That was a very good goal. That's another one, actually.
Obviously, it didn't mean much in the grand scheme, but what a goal, honestly.
I thought he'd done well to keep the ball as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, Fulham had a chance at the end of the game. They could have got a draw, I thought, honestly. But, yeah, brilliant goal. And that's my goal of the week, so. What are you doing, Lewis, mate? What are you doing? What's happened?
If only that McAllister goal count, the one that should have counted, in my opinion.
Tyler, can you look at Lewis? Can you look at Lewis? What's happened?
It's like Villa have just lost. Like, why is he leaning back like that? What's going on?
Have you just touched the life savings? Oh, he's leaning back. Oh, I thought he was putting his hands behind his head. Like something horrific's happened. Oh, he lost his life savings.
No, I'm trying to think.
Okay. So who are you going with, Kenny? You going with that Mitrovic goal?
Yeah, Mitrovic.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go Ivan Toney's free kick. I thought that was a sick free kick.
Ivan Toney had some good goals.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he have that one of the where Did they have that one where the defender gave it away to him, or the keeper gave it away to him, and he caught the keeper off his line?
Yeah,
And then that's the best way to describe it. I was about to say halfway line, but I don't think it was halfway line. So it's like a halfway line goal. How he scored that?
Yeah, no, I just thought the way he put it around the wall was just sick.
Any thoughts on today's game? Wolves just rewind. Honestly, rewind.
Yeah. He actually summed it up pretty well, to be fair.
I said a lot, I can't be asked to say that again. And I'm not a Juventus fan. This is an Adidas top, mate. It's an Adidas top.
Chris agrees with me. Tony free kick.
Yeah.
Lewis, you made a decision yet, mate?
Is it? And you can't say Coutinho's
He's
goal.
got two. Go on.
Tony's free kick.
Yep.
And Philip Billing against Forest.
Oh yeah, that was a very good
goal.
Well,
yeah.
I picked that goal up earlier actually. True.
I thought I was gonna say Coutinho. Like it didn't count, mate.
Sure. God's sake, man.
I tell you what, though, Villa, they are probably going to lose 1-0 next week. Yeah, I can just see it in my head. I just see it in my head. I'm sorry, Lewis. I can just see it in my head. It's that 1-0, Villa frustrating, and you miss a penalty. Coutinho misses a penalty, isn't it? I can only just see it in my head.
Well, Lewis did say earlier he wouldn't be surprised if they go
Don't
out and lose.
say that. Just don't say that.
Honestly, you'll probably lose to Leicester. You'll draw with Southampton. You'll draw to Leeds, and then you'll lose to Forest. I can actually see that happening.
Kenny, shut up.
But honestly, so well out of it. Steven Gerrard sacked after that. So is that my camera?
No, I think you're all
Yeah, it's not. I think he's lagging out. Yeah, goodbye.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, did you make a decision? You going with the Billing one?
Yeah, Billing.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. So there you go. There's all the little segments there.
Sorry, lad. I
think it might have been.
I was trying to just pick the camera with a bit of smear on it. Listen. I just got out of the shower, mate. So I can't be asked. Sometimes
it's like that Man City kit in that aspect, isn't it?
You just pick what's there. I mean, yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad if you actually see it, but I'm not gonna stand up for it.
Flipping out. What's this? A T-shirt review or something? What's going on here?
Oh, Lewis, you're definitely gonna lose to Fulham. You're probably beat Chelsea though, to be fair. But then you'll lose to Fulham. You'll lose to Brentford. You'll lose to Newcastle. You'll lose to United. Then you'll lose to us in the car. Actually, no, you probably beat us in the Carabao Cup. But yeah, honestly, I would rather you beat us in the Carabao Cup. I don't give a shit about that. I would want us to win to it, but I can't be. I don't really care that much. You lose to Brighton, basically. Basically, you're going down if you don't sack Gerrard, basically. But let's just say that. Can we agree on that? Tyler, can we agree on that? They're going down if they don't sack Gerrard. And also if Lewis keeps popping up. Yeah, Forest 19.
Yeah, just quickly, another thing we'll do quickly is go through the table. Obviously, Arsenal still are top.
We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that.
Well, no, it's only right. It's only right, mate. We've just got to have a look at it. You know what I mean?
So, there are some obligations. I mean,
yeah, I was going to say, Lewis, you're not in the bottom three, so it's not. You know.
I mean, that is your aim. This match to survive.
Yeah, obviously City second. With with that draw, obviously.
Yeah, second place.
Third.
Please.
Was obviously. City obviously got better goal difference. Brighton obviously still in the top four. United fifth. Kenny is liking that. He is liking that. Obviously Chelsea sixth, Liverpool seventh, Brentford eighth, Leeds ninth, Fulham 10th, Newcastle 11th, Southampton 12th, Bournemouth 13th, Wolves 14th, Palace 15th, Everton 16th, Lewis's team 17th, And then the bottom three is obviously West Ham, Forest.
What?
Leicester.
Some.
West Ham shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, some.
Palace
Real.
15. What? Since when were Palace 15?
Yeah, it's mad, mate.
How the heck? I thought they were doing well. I always see them just not losing, except winning lost in City. And then suddenly, what? Yeah, but I've not seen them win. So
Yeah.
I saw them win once
no.
against a certain side. I saw Palace win once against a certain side. I mean, I think we know about that side. I think a certain team scored first in that game that Palace won. I think a certain team also bottled it and also lost 3-1. But Lewis, which team do you think that is, Lewis? Which team do you think that is?
Wolverhampton.
Crystal Palace, I mean.
Yeah, Wolverhampton.
3-1 against. You see, what team do you think that is, mate?
Man U.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's a certain team.
At least we don't lose 5-0 to teams.
I mean, we didn't lose 5-0.
Or we was 5-1, whatever it was.
4-0. And actually, you brought up, you lost 4-0 to Spurs last season as well. So you lost the same amount as us. Also,
Last season.
At least we're not 17th, mate. At least we're 17th. At least you won 4 games in a row, mate. Pipe down, mate. Pipe down, mate. Pipe down. 17th place, 5 up, mate.
Last season.
17th place, 5
Last season.
Your highlight of the season has been a 4-1 win against Bolton Wanderers, mate. Pipe down.
Last season.
Honestly, you won one game all season. You won one game all season against Everton.
Can you remember it? Last season, correct. Well
What?
done.
What do you mean last season? No, you beat
season.
Bolton this season. You've won one game this season. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you did win games last season. Actually, thanks for reminding me. You did win games last season. Too bad you don't anymore. Too bad you're 17th place. Too bad you've won one game all season against one of the worst Everton sides we've ever seen. And I'm not even joking with that. This is one of the worst Everton sides I've ever seen. Obviously, good against Liverpool. Yeah,
Let's see what you do again, Everton. Let's see what you do.
No. Let's see.
Don't talk to Everton. Don't talk to Everton. Don't talk to Everton. Okay. Thank you.
Don't talk to our player.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
What?
Yeah, sure.
What is this?
Don't talk until you play Everton.
Well, people, I'll tell you what's got to go on at this rate. Trust me, when it's Man United versus Aston Villa, I've got to get these two on for a preview. Let me know if you agree in the comments. Flip or nil. That's going to be, trust me, that's where you get your popcorn prepared. Don't worry, I'll remind you when I schedule that stream. I'll put popcorn in the chat, mate. Trust me. But
comments, who do you think's won this debate so far? Comments. Who do you think's won so far? I think there's a clear winner.
It's not you.
I mean, I'm KSI, your Swarms.
Yeah, definitely.
This comment's class.
I mean, there's no for the nerd bit though. I mean, bad nerd fucked. Wait, no.
Look, he tries in 2 days.
He said I fucked
you. He tries in 3 days. Bring it on. Tries in 3 days. Bring it on. Come on.
I fucked you, mate. I fucked you, mate. 17th place, mate. 17th place. 17th place, mate. Talk to me when you get into the top half. In fact, no. Talk to me when you get into 12th place. That's all. Talk to me when you get into 12th place. That's all it takes.
Talk to me. Talk to me on the 5th of.
Talk to me after Leicester.
On the 5th of November and the 7th of November. Then we'll talk.
Tyler.
The 5th and the 7th of November. That's when we'll talk.
Leicester versus Villa, Tyler. Leicester versus Villa. Remember this. Leicester versus Villa. 1-0 Leicester.
5th and the 7th of November. That's when we talk.
5th? You think they'll be 5th of November?
The 5th and the 7th. That's when we talk.
The 5th of December. Okay.
November.
The 5th of
November.
December.
Do I need for
The 5th of
do I need for that in the private chat?
The 5th of
November.
November. So why'd you say 5th of December? Why'd you
said
say 5th of
November.
December then?
I said November for about 5 minutes. November. Bonfire night. There you go.
I can't hear anything, Tyler. All I hear is just a Brummy accent. That's all I hear. All I hear is words, but I can't make out any of them. Lewis,
Oh my god!
Lewis, can you just type out all your things they're saying? Because I can't understand.
Mate,
I can't understand.
Mate, I don't even have a Brummy accent anymore. So shush.
17th place, mate. Mate, but I can't understand you still. I can't understand you. I can't understand anything you're saying. I mean, all I can say is 17th place, pat down, talk when you actually win another game, talk when you beat a side that isn't Everton, talk when you beat a side that isn't Everton. Talk when he's gone. He's sleeping. Right,
Anyway.
Tyler, it's safe to say I won, so I think you should
Anyway. Let's wrap this up now because this is getting mad. And my Wi-Fi is being dodgy. Well, sorry, my Wi-Fi. I'm on my data and it's being dodgy.
Yeah. Let's end it here.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, let's definitely end it here. Big up both of you for coming on. You know, like I said, when it's Aston Villa, Man United, we'll have to get something sorted. Trust me, it's got to, you know, and then that's where people will love the arguing then because it'll be set out for that. But yeah, big up both yourselves for coming on. Kenny, mate, where can the people find you?
You can find me not 17th of the league. You can find me at Depressed MU fan on Twitter. Arsenal fans, crime and mentions. I love drinking your tears. Also, you can find me on Kenny Talk Spotty on YouTube. I'm going to try to get some videos out, but I'm quite busy right now, so I might only be able to do a few. But I've got my Premier League predictions there already, so watch that if you want to. Some controversial ones in there, to be honest. Some controversial ones, which I'll be honest, a lot of it I already disagree with, but that's where you can find me.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Like I said, I'll put his link in there. Well, I ain't said it yet, but I'll put his link in the thing as well. Lewis, mate, where can I find you?
Facebook on YouTube.
Oh, there you go. Just like that. And then obviously me, you already know, T-Boys TV here. All my socials in the description and all of that. Like I said, when it's Man United versus Villa or Aston Villa, Man United, wherever the hell is that first, we'll get something sorted for these two. Trust me, get your popcorn ready. After today, you definitely got to get it rolling. And we'll do that. We will do that at some point. So there we go. Please don't do United versus Villa preview 2020 before they start off with it. We've got to do it, mate. We've got to do it. Find Kenny at Juventus Fan TV.
It's an Adidas shirt. It's an Adidas shirt, for crying out loud.
Oh dear. I'd rather not waste my popcorn. Oh my days. But yeah, that is the Premier League review. So yeah, a lot of controversy this year. You know, this season or this midweek. Midweek weekend, flipping out. I've bottled it about 5 times with my Arsenal when they come to Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? It's peak. But yeah, that is that. And I've seen that we've gained quite a few subscribers from here. So big up everyone that's subscribed. We've got over 100 views. We don't usually tend to get them sort of views on here as well. So big up everyone that watched. Check my message. I just see that you messaged me, mate. So I'll check that after this. Yeah, like I said, please do smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Got up to 10 likes. Big up everyone that's done that. Like I said, a lot of new subscribers as well. So big up yourselves for that. As for content, I won't be doing anything tomorrow, but I'll be back again on Tuesday. Might do it after the first load of Champions League games, a preview to Liverpool, or shall I say Napoli versus Liverpool. Won't be predicting all the games because there's just too many to go at, really. When it comes to knockouts, I will, but yeah, that's that. And then obviously watch along on Wednesday. Thursday, I don't think there'll be anything. Friday, obviously the predictions for the weekend in the Prem, and obviously the Hatter Show. So yeah, that's what I know what's definitely going on. from there on in after. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, big up everyone tuned in and all of that. Don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on notification bells so you never miss an upload or scheduled stream. Subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. Link to that is in the description. And yeah, if you want to follow me across any of my socials, like I said, they're all in the description as well. So yeah, until next time, take care and peace.